Vishnu Puran. How the created universe gets sustained is the meaning of Vishnu Puran. There is a story of Jada Bharata narrated in this Vishnu Puran. Bharata was a Kriyayoga sadhak. He was ardently loving a deer and died. Then he himself became a deer. Having realized his mistake of moha or attachment on deer, he was always remembering God during this incarnation of deer. After death, the Bharata in deer incarnation born in a pious Brahmin family. Due to the remembrance of past memory, he was not interested in anything except Kriya Yoga meditation. He does not want to commit the mistake of having attachment on anything except Parabrahman. People used to consider him as illiterate. That is why he was named as Jada Bharata. Jada means inert, Bharata means effulgence. Jada Bharata means inert effulgence. One day he was asked to carry the palkin of a king. Having got disturbed due to his uneven pall bearing, the king admonished him. Jadabharata told the king that everything is myth. His pall bearing as well as the king was being carried. King got astonished with his answers and later became the disciple of Jadabharata. King becomes a liberated with the guidance of Jadabharata. Here, Jada means inert, Bharata means effulgence, so too much attachment makes the man to be a slave to senses. यतो वा इमानि भूतानि जायन्ते येन जातानि जीवन्ति यत् प्रयन्त्याभि सम विसंतीति इति तैत्तरीय उपनिषत् भृगुवल्ली. All these beings are coming from where? Who is supporting them? At the end, where these things are going? Where these beings are meeting? Vishnu Puran explains about the existence of creation. Vishnu, Narayan or Vasudev are one and the same thing. He exists in each and everything, movable or immovable. Movable means chara and immovable means achara in Sanskrit. Naram means water. Ayanam means movement. The one who moves in the water is called Narayan. Here water actually means this universe. So, Kamayata Bahushyam Prajayeti Sa Tapo Tapyata Sa Tapas Tattva Idagum Sarva Masrujata Edidam Kincha Tat Sruštva Tadvedanu Pravishyat Tadanu Pravishya Satyachya Bhavat. Taittiriya Upanishad. The cosmic consciousness is having energy and intelligence both. Then it wanted to create many. Here it means Parabrahman. He did the great penance. That means he concentrated intensely. Then he made this creation. He created and entered himself into it. The manifestation of Pancha Mahabhutas or five electricities, three gunas are the root cause of creation. This has resulted in Karana, subtle and physical creation. This was already explained in earlier lectures. Here, some more explanation I am going to give in regard to creation. Now, existence of creation, relation with Kriyayoga, and 5 puranas. The life force is supplied to all the living beings in a required manner. The life force that is supplied to the man in a required manner and magnitude is called chief life force or Mukhya Prana Shakti. This Mukhya Prana Shakti enters the fortress along with Jivatma or self. It will remain with that being till death pertinent to his karma. Food will depend upon life force. Apart from this, this chief life force enters from the universe as a cosmic consciousness into cerebrum through medulla oblongata. From there it will be distributed to the remaining chakras proportionally. Oxygen will have energy only. The life force will have both consciousness and energy. Life force will be available throughout the body. It will be doing different works in different organs or parts of the body, and hence it will have different names pertinent to its function. In the name of pranavayu, it does crystallization. Crystallization means manifestation of several functions. In the name of apana vayu, it does elimination. Elimination means removal of all waste products. In the name of samana vayu, it does assimilation. Assimilation means digesting the food and then distributing the proteins required by different organs and helps in production of new cells in place of dead cells. In the name of udana vayu, it does metabolism. Hair growth, flesh and skin requires different cells. For nourishment and different equations will be happening for this. This is called metabolism. Prana and apana are two important electricities in our body. Apana current will travel from Kutastha to anus through Agna, Visuddha, Anahata, Manipura, Swadhisthana and Muladhara chakras via spinal cord, and from there it goes out through the anus. This is not steady and hence makes the man slave to senses and sense objects. The pranavayu travels from anus to Kutastha via Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Visuddha and Agna negative chakra up to Kutastha. This is peaceful. It will unite itself with the Parabrahman during sleep and yoga meditation or dhyana. Apana pulls the consciousness of man to worldly things and prana pulls it towards Parabrahman. So one current pulls without and another pulls within. For sadhana, going within is very essential. This is called making the sadhak antarmukha. This makes the unison with Parabrahman becomes easier. Making the consciousness inward to get united with God is called Kriyayoga. When Mukhya Prana in the guise of Apana Vayu goes out of anus, exits anus, energy will be spent for cells, tendons, for transmitting the messages to the brain and from the brain to the required organ through the sensor and motor nerves and for mental thinking, etc. In this process, several waste products will be left in the blood. Carbon dioxide is one such waste product. That impure blood has to be cleansed immediately, failing which the physical death occurs. To restore the spent energy and rejuvenation, Mukhya prana is required with the pulse of prana and apana, quite opposite in nature in spinal cord. This way, the breathing process exists. When the life force goes up, it will carry life force consisting of pranavayu into the lungs, and there the carbon dioxide is removed. This is called breathing. To purify the liquid and solid things in the stomach, more time is required. That cleansed or purified energy is pumped into the cells by this life force only. This purified life energy or life force will be reinvigorating the chakras in spinal cord, kutastha and cerebrum. The residual energy from the breath is carried to all parts of the body by the blood. Then Pancha Pranas, 5 A's, shall be utilizing that life energy in a required fashion. Kriyayoga Nadi system. The physical body consists of physical spinal cord, physical brain, and physical places for chakras. Subtle body has subtle spinal cord, subtle brain, subtle location for chakras, and subtle nervous system. Subtle nerves are called Sukshma Nadis. Nerve is a physical term which is tangible and subtle, that is, Sukshma Nadis are not tangible. Nerve is called Nadi in Sanskrit. The energy needed for Pancha Karmendriyas and Pancha Gnanendriyas of the physical body is supplied by subtle body. Subtle body supplies the required energy to Pancha Pranas through subtle nadis. The subtle Sushumna's outer effulgence coverage of life trance, 7 chakras, the life trance of subtle nadis of Panchabhutas are controlled by subtle body. Sushumna subtle nadi spreads from Mooladhara chakra to Sahasrara chakra adjacent to Brahma Randhra of cerebrum. The 4 rows of sympathetic nervous system existing on either side of physical spinal cord resembles subtle spinal cord. Ida, Pingala and the Sushumna subtle nadis constitutes 1 row. Vajra inside Sushumna is 2nd row. Chitri in Vajra Nadi is 3rd row of subtle nerves. The outer cover of Brahma Nadi inside Chitri is the 4th row. The Brahma Nadi is the spinal cord of Karana Sarira, idea body. 33 beads are there in the physical spinal cord. They are for the protection of 4 rows of sympathetic nervous system. The outermost nerves consist of dura mater, membrane filled with lymph. Inside these nerves, arachnoid membranes exist that protect the liquid that comes out from the brain. Inside this pia mater exists consisting of white and grey matter, which itself is surrounded by vascular membrane. This consists of afferent and efferent nerves. This is the media by which cerebrum, membrane, senses, organ, action organ and other important organs are connected. There will be subtle canal in white and grey matter. The physical eye consists of white, iris and pupil. Behind that, in the subtle wisdom natured third eye, behind that, in the subtle wisdom natured third eye, there will be golden ring in place of physical white. There will be blue ring inside golden ring. This blue ring represents iris. This blue ring represents iris. There will be 5-pointed silver star inside blue ring. There will be 5-pointed silver star inside blue ring. This 5-pointed silver star represents pupil. The extended hands to the sides, head and 2 feet in standing position of a man represents the star. Head represents Akash, the extended hands represent Vayu and Agni, 2 feet represents Jal and Prithvi. There are 72,000 subtle nadis existing in our body. Ida on left, Pingala on right, and Sushumna subtle nadi in their center are very important. Effulgence is the outer cover of Sushumna subtle nadi. This will control the physical works of subtle life forms of the subtle body. Ida and Pingala will organize the sympathetic nervous system in physical body. Sushumna extends up to Sahasrara from Mooladhara. The Vajra in Sukshma Nadi extends up to Sahasrara from Swadhisthana. This will supply energy for contractions and rarefactions of subtle body and for the movements. Chitri Nadi in Vajra extends up to Sahasrara from Manipura. This will coordinate the spiritual or consciousness related works of subtle body. The works of Sushumna, Vajra and Chitri Nadis are chiefly controlled by Sahasrara Chakra. Sahasrara Chakra is the brain of subtle body. The effulgent rays of the Sahasrara Chakra are supplying the energy required for Sahasrara Chakra and other 6 chakras. Physical brain, the physical locations of chakras, nerve centers, from there to nerves for their respective physical works get energy from Sahasrara only. Physical body is made of flesh and blood. Subtle body is made of light trance or pure gnana effulgence. Idea body or karana sarira is filled with only consciousness or thought trance. Karana sarira is a source for the existence of human consciousness. Karana sarira has brain of pure wisdom and a spinal cord, namely spiritual Brahma Nadi. This will be enveloped in Chitri subtle Nadi. Chitri is of only consciousness personified. Stula Sarira, physical body, has physical chakra locations. Likewise, subtle body has subtle chakra locations. Likewise, idea body has idea chakra locations. They are all mutually juxtaposed. Idea body has 7 idea chakras. Physical chakra locations, physical brain, subtle chakras, subtle brain, idea chakras and idea brain work together. In nutshell, all physical, subtle and idea bodies work together as a whole unit. Physical and subtle bodies both are like tools and will cooperate with idea body in respect of recognition, desires and experience. The brain of idea body is a reservoir of cosmic consciousness that is filled with eternal energy, eternal consciousness and eternal happiness. The manifestation of spirit or Paramatma is Vyashtatma, individual soul. When cosmic consciousness is entering into idea body, chakras, then it will express itself as pure wisdom in the idea cerebrum, intuition in medulla, peace and tranquility in idea Visuddha chakra, as controller of life force in idea anahata, self controller in idea manipura, as fortitude in idea swadhisthana, and as power of resistance as well as epicenter of incessant thoughts in idea Mooladhara chakras. Pranavayu protects the decay of the body. Vyanavayu protects the body from anemia and low and high blood pressures. Samanavayu protects the body from weak digestion. Samanavayu protects the body from weak digestion. The organs, muscles, tendons and membranes etc. should not grow more than required. Udanavayu protects this. Apanavayu protects the body from the growth of toxins, gastric problems, tumors, the growth of cancer cells and piles problem. When the cosmic consciousness enters idea body, it is transformed into idea consciousness. When this idea consciousness enters into subtle body, it is transformed into subtle consciousness. When this subtle consciousness enters into physical body, then this subtle consciousness is transformed into physical consciousness. The spirituality of cosmic consciousness will be getting distorted due to these transformations. The physical consciousness is the lowest amongst all the consciousnesses, physical, subtle and idea. The pure wisdom is manifested as discriminating intelligence, that is buddhi. That buddhi is manifested as a blind mind, the slave of senses. Lastly, that mind is manifested as inert physical body. The story of Dhruva. Now, let us talk about the story of Dhruva. Dhruva is one of the sons of King Uttanapada. He was having two wives. The younger wife is dearer to the king. Dhruva was insulted by his stepmother. He started doing Kriyayoga sadhana at a very young age as advised by Narada, the intuition. He was about 5 years at the time. He becomes self-realized. Afterwards, he rules his kingdom for several years with righteousness. This story comes in Srimad Bhagavat also. The Kriya Yoga sadhak gets thoughtless mind, sattvic mind, pure consciousness, self itself. This is called purification of mind. The Kriya Yoga sadhak gets thoughtless mind, sattvic mind, pure consciousness, self itself. This is called purification of mind. Now, fourth Purana is Shiva Purana. This universe or Jagat that has been formed gets back into cosmos after deluge or Pralaya. This is called destruction. This is called destruction or Layam in Sanskrit. This is called Shiva Purana. The space between the eyebrows is called Kutastha. Mooladhara chakra is nearer to Merudanda or spinal cord near the anus. Mooladhara chakra is nearer to anus in Merudanda or spinal cord. Underneath the Merudanda or spinal cord exists negative or south poles. Underneath the Merudanda or spinal cord exists negative or south pole. Kutastha is positive or north pole. So the Mooladhara in Merudanda is negative and Kutastha is positive. Mooladhara is south pole and Kutastha is north pole. The Merudanda is like a solenoid. The Sushumna subtle nadi exists in this solenoid. On left side of Sushumna exists Ida, on right side of Sushumna Pingala subtle nadi exists. Now rotate the Kundalini life force from negative to positive and from positive to negative through this solenoid like a spinal cord. Make it an antenna. Make spinal cord into an antenna. This is the essence of Kriyayoga. All the eddy currents are attracted towards this antenna. Some mudras and bandhams done with this will aid this. This will make this solenoid into a powerful magnet. It becomes a powerful source of energy. Hence it is called Kalpa Vruksha, Kamadhenu and Vajrayudha. All meaning a powerful source of energy. Then these currents will be directed towards Sahasrara Chakra underneath the Brahmarandra. Underneath the Brahmarandra, in the middle of the skull. This pranayama makes sadhak to experience indescribable bliss. Oxygen is having energy only. Prana Shakti or life force is having both energy and intelligence. Kriya Yoga is a funeral of all sorrows, physical, astral and causal.